I live by the water, and it's an important part of my work because it holds so much of what matters to me. Memory, reflection, restoration, movement, and stillness. And perhaps that's why I keep returning to it, both in life and in my art. In this week's video, I'm bringing that connection back to the studio by creating a collection of intentional collage papers, using the movement, reflection, and energy of water as metaphor. As you watch, I invite you to consider what place, memory, or experience restores you, and how that might become part of your own visual language. That's it. So back at my studio, I try to bring that energy with me. And after I spend some time by the water, I find I want to respond somehow. And my first go-to is some explorations in some short practices, either 10 minutes, and where this one I decided, rather than the 10-minute daily practice that I've been showing on all my videos and my process, I thought, well, what could I get done on the larger papers or a page in 20 minutes? And wow, that felt like forever. So I'm wanting them to respond in my way to water, using my marks and trying to block out any, of those typical literal interpretations. I'm just trying to get the feeling and seeing where this feeling wants to lead. Okay. Let's see. Let's use some of that. Like this. And so for this page, I haven't yet created the intentional collage papers, which this video will show and is partially about. I just gathered, as you can see, whatever blues, neutrals, whatever had that feeling that I'm looking for. It's not totally there, but it's close. And as you can see, I have a couple of stencils that I may use in the final pages, or the final art pages, which will be in part 3. So remember to check back, come on back when part 3 is up, and stay to the end, because the next part of this video, I show you how I explore on the jelly plate using water to create some transparent and opaque collage papers. Also support papers, which will just be part of it, of the collection. The ones I'm using now, they're very strong, as you can see. I did not mix any or go to any muted tones, which I believe I will try to include, because that's a big part of my process, is muting down the tones. But I love how these blues are coming together. That is a tracing paper directly painted with a type of blue. It could be manganese or any of my strong blues, mixed with gloss medium to thin it out. And that's why it's translucent. It's amazing. And I'm just tearing things up. And also, what I was thinking here is the depth of water. When water is in the depths, it's dark. So black is necessary, maybe mixed with a Payne's gray. Just gathering all those elements together for this feeling that water gives me. It's restorative. It replenishes. It's mysterious. It's flowing. It has memory. I also love the sparkling of the water when the sun hits it. In different times of the day, you get the different angles of the sun create amazing sparkled, dappled light. Shadows reflected. That one there. This piece of collage is one of my favorites to use, but it's just direct brushwork with a craft brush or a larger brush of any kind that you have on newsprint. So it covers everything. But when the edges are torn and you have the direction of the brush strokes, and there's many layers here. One of the collage papers that I'll be demonstrating is coming up next in the video. And I just love how they put side by side, they create an amazing, the brush strokes and the marks. Very subtle but interesting. So I'm using a fine line applicator, different kind this time. And these dots of white resemble the sparkles on the water, though very abstractly. And the line on the top, I just thought, well, water's also calm. So there's many mixes of water elements on the page coming together in my marks. So you might want to do the same with yours, and you can understand how everyone's interpretation would be different, but still using a monochromatic palette, collage papers, and very simple tools. So as I'm finishing up this page and just fixing that smudge there, because those dots need to be clean, I'm liking how the elements came together. And I also did a 10-minute page with collage that I already had, still with those flowing lines, as you can see how my finger is tracing them. So stay tuned for the next part, and I'll show you how I make collage papers that have the energy of water, or my interpretation of that energy. So this is an 8x10 jelly plate, as you can see, well-used jelly plate. And I have a selection of blue paint there You can select any of your own. I like the feeling of the aqua, and as you can see, I have the Naples yellow over there. I don't want to use green, but I want to change the blues. And this is a pipette that you could do it either way. You could put the water first, maybe with a mister, a sprayer, or put the layer down and let the water settle into the paint. At first, I'm going to lift it with, we're using just medical paper today. I haven't dedicated enough exploration to it, so I'm really looking forward, as I already know that when put down on a page, the paper likes to melt into the background, so we'll see. So I'm going to get the initial lift here, and then also, I guess you could call it the ghost print. So you could layer, let that dry, layer some clear medium, but I'm going to just lift it right away because I think the paint is moist enough. Now in the summer, the humidity drops, so acrylic paint dries very quickly. So you might, if necessary, add some, just a little bit of medium to keep it from drying too quickly. It's called a retarder. It slows down the drying process, and that has a lot of space of the paper, so when it melts, you'll see this layering. So to me, in my practice, it's all about this layering. So here's some aqua. As you can see, it's just craft paint. I'm going to leave what was on there before and build. And I don't like rolling out most of the time. It depends, what you're going for. I like the paint to be shadowy or left. And as you can see, whenever you're dripping the pipette, you could use ink here. You could use a mixture